think the problem with the rent increasing is the fact that y'all don't know how to stop moving. I once had that problem. Don't have that problem anymore. Rent is too high in 2025. So I just got the notification that my private realtor wants to offer me another 12-month lease with only an additional $25 added on to the rent every month. I saw something the other day where this guy was saying his apartment complex is raising the rent by $200. Huh? Y'all gotta let me know. Is this stuff really actually happening? Are the landlords in these rental companies actually raising your rent $200+ every single year? And are y'all even doing 12-month leases? Are y'all even doing year leases? Or are y'all doing month to month? I need to know something. When you don't have to have the latest or the newest of everything, you will save so much money. And then you can really flex how you want to flex. What is the biggest issue with rent prices these days? Is it the fact that rent is going up $200+ every single time you get ready to renew your lease? Or is it just that you're not getting a better bang for your buck? Or is it just the prices are too high for them to even be rent prices anyway?
Rent prices across the United States are reaching record highs, leaving millions of Americans struggling to keep a roof over their heads. From major cities like New York and Los Angeles to smaller metros like Nashville and Tampa, tenants are seeing rent hikes that outpace wages, and the crisis is showing no signs of slowing down. The U.S. housing supply hasn't kept up with population growth. Construction slowed dramatically after the 2008 financial crisis and has never fully recovered. As a result, more people are competing for fewer available rentals, driving prices higher. Big financial firms and real estate conglomerates have entered the rental market, especially in suburban areas. These companies often outbid regular home buyers and then convert properties into high-priced rentals, reducing the number of affordable options. Landlords argue that maintenance costs, property taxes, and insurance have all gone up, and they're passing those increases on to renters. In cities without rent control laws, there's little stopping landlords from hiking rents year after year. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many people moved out of cities. But as workplaces reopened and people returned, demand surged while supply remained limited, triggering steep rent increases. For many families, rent now eats up more than 30 to 50% of their income, far above the recommended threshold. According to recent surveys, over half of U.S. renters say they're worried about making next month's payment. Evictions are also rising in some states as emergency protections have expired. Young adults, single parents, and low-income workers are being hit the hardest. Some are forced to move in with relatives, commute from distant towns, or live in unsafe conditions just to afford a place to sleep.
Also, everyone telling me like, oh, this apartment's so nice, you should just live in this apartment. No fucking shit. You wanna know how much this apartment is? With this gorgeous view and these updated features and all this shit, it's $5,900 a month, okay? So just to give you a lay of the land of what we're fucking dealing with here in New York, oh, you should just, that looks like a perfect apartment. No fucking shit it does, okay? So this is not what a $2,500, $3,500 budget gets ya, okay? Just to let you know.
As rent continues to rise, the long-term consequences for the American economy and society are becoming more serious and more visible. When rent consumes such a large portion of people's income, saving becomes nearly impossible. Fewer people are able to buy homes, invest, or even plan for emergencies. This deepens wealth inequality and makes it harder for the middle class to survive, let alone thrive. Many cities are seeing a direct correlation between rising rent and homelessness. Even people with full-time jobs are ending up in shelters, cars, or tents. In places like San Francisco and Phoenix, service providers report being overwhelmed by working-class families who simply can't afford rent anymore. The stress of housing insecurity takes a major toll on mental health. Studies show that renters experiencing financial strain are more likely to suffer from anxiety, depression, and even chronic illnesses. Children in unstable housing situations also face greater challenges in school and development. When workers can't afford to live near their jobs, businesses struggle too. In many cities, restaurants, hospitals, and schools are short-staffed because employees are priced out of the area. This leads to longer wait times, poor service, and even business closures, creating a vicious cycle. With rent now a top issue for millions, housing policy is shaping up to be a major flashpoint in upcoming elections. Voters are demanding answers, and politicians, from local mayors to presidential candidates, are scrambling to propose bold solutions. But without bipartisan action, real change remains uncertain.
Chicago people, can I get a pulse check on rental increases for you this year? Like how much percentage wise did your rent go up? And also maybe, factor in like how long have you lived in the place? Are you renting from a property management company or an independent landlord? Because for me, here's my scenario. I've been living in an apartment, 1 bedroom. It's in Albany Park. I'm going on my 6th year of renewing my lease. So this will be my 6th year living here, 6th renewal. Moved in 2019. And my rent started off at $980 then. And every year my landlord has increased the rent between $50 and $100 a month. And now it's going to be $1370 going forward. And there's been no upgrades to it. It's a 1 bedroom. It's got no washer, dryer, and unit. Well, it's in the basement, but it costs $3 a load or whatever. And then, it's $120. Yeah, so it's like $250 a load. There's no dishwasher, like very outdated. It's a vintage building. Otherwise, I don't know, it's generally fine. It's a big place, but no bells and whistles. And I've put in in the 6 years I'm 5 years living there officially. I've put in maybe a handful of maintenance requests. The main thing being that the heat wasn't working, and that could be a big deal to the city that my apartment was below 68 degrees, So, my landlord has worked with me on that. But again, it's I'm not putting in a new maintenance request every month for something. And so really, there really shouldn't be a bunch of new expenses accruing. And he every year raises the rent, even though hey, maybe it'd be nice, to reward loyalty, even though no one does anymore. But part of it is this includes an outdoor parking spot. And he's well, part of the increase this year going up from right now I pay, I think it's $12.50. It's going to be $13.70 now. He said that parking is increasing from $105 to $115, and it's an outdoor uncovered spot, and my spot is right in front of a speed bump. So every time I back up, I have to gas it, I have to slowly gas myself over the speed bump. It's really not convenient, but it is convenient in the fact that if I come home late, I'm not walking far and trying to find street parking. But I just texted him and I was hey, are you willing to negotiate on the parking increase per se? Because I understand needing to maybe increase the base rent for taxes and all that, but I don't understand. There's been absolutely no improvement to the parking spot. It's not he's repaved it. It's not it's not even gated. It's not even not only is it not covered, it's not secure parking. So I don't understand where the $10 a month increase is justified from. So I'll let y'all know what he says, but I just would be really curious. And this is altogether a 7% increase, which, it could be worse, but I'm dude, you're not at it. There's no additional value that I'm getting out of this apartment. It just continues to decrease in value. Every year it gets older and there's been absolutely no upgrades to it. So, yeah, I'm kind of outraged that he's increasing it 7% instead of 3 to 5%, or even just $50, but, which is a nice even number. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. And again, for a 1 bedroom, I feel I can't really complain because $13.80 is not the worst, but just from living there for 5 years, to look at the beginning to the end process of what I'm paying, and again, the value of what I'm getting is very discouraging.
Now, what I'm about to say may piss a lot of landlords off, but I don't really care at all. But I'm going to read to y'all the qualifications that this person wants for this house. And it ain't an amazing ass house. We're not talking about anything super expensive. The rent, like I said, is $16.95, $40 application fee per adult. They want you to make 3.5 times the rent. Standard for whatever reason is 3 times the rent. When majority of Americans don't even make 3 times a $1,600 a month rent. I don't know where people just get up and be oh yeah, we're just gonna make this a national standard that people have to make 3 times the rent amount. Majority of people can afford 2 times the rent on a specific basic home like this. But this person is going even further. They don't want you to have 3 times the rent. They want you to have 3.5 times the rent. They want the last 2 years of your W-2s, the last 3 months of your check stub, driver's license or ID, social security card. They want you to make 2 months worth of rent as your security deposit before you even move in, and you have to have a credit score of at least a 670. I'm trying to tell you off the bat, that disqualifies so many people from being able to be in a home that is decent. Let's add that up, why don't we? Off the rip, you have to pay first month's rent, $16.95. You have to pay $40 application fee per adult, and let's just say the standard adult is 2 adults, right? You have to pay, if you have a pet, which majority of people in Houston do have pets, dogs, it's a $250 non-refundable fee per pet. So let's just say you have a pet. We're going to add that up. And then you have to make 2 months of the rent to equal the amount of the security deposit. So that's $16.95 times 2. All right. And on top of that, we're not even talking about your utilities and all the things that you have set up. They want you to have rental insurance before you move in. Standard rental insurance is probably about $25 a month. Let's just say that. Before you can even move into this house, sitting in a savings account somewhere or just idle money, you already got to come off of this amount of money. I don't know at what point we stop being human, though. Even as an investor and a landlord, at what point did we stop being human and we say money trumps everything, including people? I don't get it.
If you want cheap rent without getting a roommate, there's only 2 options available. So for your first option, if you want a cheap apartment, is you have to move to far, far away land. You have to move to a small ass town where everybody goes to Walmart for fun. There's nothing to do and you'll be bored as hell, but your rent will be $35 a month. Your second option, if you want cheap rent, is your roommate is probably going to be rats and roaches. Your car's going to get broken into. You're probably going to get shot. But at least your city's a lot of fun and there's a lot of things to do in your city. And this is why I think renting is such a very unfair concept. I have a friend who's paying $2,500 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in Miami, Florida. Then I have another friend who's paying $800 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in a small town in South Carolina. Both apartments are pretty much the same size. The only difference is location. I think it should be illegal for rent to be over $2,000 a month. You could be paying $2,000 a month for your apartment and your next door neighbor, same model, same everything, could be paying $1,800 for the same model apartment as you. Or they could be paying more than you. When you renew your lease, it could go up by $9 or $900. And then you're paying $2,000 a month, but you will never own your apartment. You will never own it. I feel like rent should be like a fixed amount across the board. A 1-bedroom apartment anywhere in the United States should be like $800. A 2-bedroom apartment should be like $900. Life is unfair, but renting is 10 times unfairer.
America's rent crisis is more than just a financial issue. It's a growing threat to stability, opportunity, and quality of life. As prices continue to rise, families are being pushed to the edge, and entire communities are being reshaped. If we don't act soon, the cost of inaction could be far greater than the price of rent. This isn't just a housing problem. It's a wake-up call. Thanks for watching Orbit Point, your trusted source for smart, clear, and bold reporting on politics, economics, and global affairs. If this video helped you understand the scope of the rent crisis, like the video to support our work. Subscribe to Orbit Point so you never miss an update on major national issues. Comment below, are you or someone you know being affected by rising rent prices? Share this video to raise awareness and keep the conversation going. Stay aware, stay involved, stay informed. This is Orbit Point.